Hi, and welcome to another episode of Tested. My name is Matthias, and today we'll have a look at the new underwater video light D620 by the Chinese manufacturer OrcaTorch. The D620 from OrcaTorch is a relatively small yet powerful underwater video light. It is an LED light outputting a maximum of 2700 lumen in 3 different levels. The D620 uses 4 replaceable Li-ion batteries. It has an adjustable Goodman handle and a lockable on-off switch. The D600 comes to you in a nice little hardcover case with all its accessories inside. Inside the case you will find the torch itself as well as many accessories, like a wall charger and power cord, a car charger, the batteries, as well as some spare O-rings and a little toolkit. Before we can jump into the lake and give this light a proper testing, let me just quickly set up my underwater camera and we'll be good to go. To be able to attach the D620 onto your camera housing, you will have to take off the Goodman handle and put on the optional ball joint that can be attached instead of the Goodman handle. Alright, the camera is set up. The dive light is ready, the sun is shining outside, so let's go and find out how the OrcaTorch performs underwater. So, we made it to the lake. Now let's get ready and jump in. Halfway there. Now we're ready. Let's go. As soon as I got into our dark lake, I realized how bright and powerful the OrcaTorch's light is. I really like how wide the beam is and how evenly it distributes the light even into the corners. With its predicted burn time of 2.5 hours on the highest level, you can quite comfortably let the torch run on the 2700 lumen level throughout the entire dive. Here is an example of the 3 different levels of output and how much light they will get you into a specific scene. I also like the torch's color temperature, which in my opinion produces some really natural colors. Hello again after this nice little dive in our Lake of Zurich and some quality time spent with the OrcaTorch D620, and I have to say I'm very impressed with what this little torch actually can deliver in terms of brightness, in terms of the temperature of the light, and also in terms of the price. Considering that the OrcaTorch D620 retails at only 380 US, this really is a bargain. Other things that I want to mention as the positives is the long runtime of 2.5 hours with fully charged batteries and on the highest output of 2700 lumen. If you have it on the lowest output, which is 150 lumen, it will even run for 37 hours. The accessories that come with the torch, like the high quality charger, the car charger, the spare roll rings, the toolkit, this is not common with all the torch manufacturers. On the negative side, there's only really two things that I can mention on the OrcaTorch D620. One of them being that the torch actually is a canister torch, which makes its placement on your camera housing somehow tricky, because your torch itself should obviously be placed on an arm on your housing, but then you've still got the canister that you need to be placing somewhere. Now if you place that on your housing, which you can do, there is a little loophole here where you can put some attachments on it and put it on your housing, but if you do that, you will most likely throw off the balance of your underwater housing. The other option is to just place it on yourself, on your BCD or your harness, but if you do that, what you are going to encounter is a limitation in the freedom of your movement, because simply you only got as long as this cable goes to be moving away from your camera or stretching out with your camera, and that can lead to some limitations. The other thing that I didn't like too much is the lockable on-off switch, which is fairly small, and diving here in Switzerland in the cold lakes, I always dive with dry gloves, and having to operate this one here with dry gloves actually turned out to be fairly tricky. So that's the only other thing on the negative side that I can say about the OrcaTorch. To sum it up, I can say that I've really enjoyed using the D620 from OrcaTorch as my underwater video light. And I can recommend it to everyone who doesn't want to spend too much money but still needs to get a decent lighting for their underwater filming. I hope this review was helpful to you. If it was, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Until next time, happy bubbles, and I'll see you again soon.